You from the house, my name is Mkoke Litanda. Coming up in our program today is a live interview with the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Richard Baloyi. We also have extras from the budget vote debates on the South African Police Services and the Department of Communications. The Ministry of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs were allocated 54.7 billion rands to roll out its programs in the new financial year. But to tell us just how the department is going to do that, we are now joined by the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Richard Baloyi. Good morning, and thank you for coming in, sir.
Good morning, Kogene, and good morning to the viewers.
Minister, the implementation of COGTA's turnaround strategy remains a pipe dream in some municipalities, although it has been successfully implemented in some municipalities. And in presenting your budget yesterday, you sounded upbeat. What challenges are you still faced with, and what is the success rate of the turnaround strategy?
Well, we're upbeat about it, and we indicated that ours is to accelerate the implementation. The record differs from one municipality to another. And what we committed ourselves to do is that we have to provide support to those municipalities according to the challenges that each municipality is facing. That's why I announced the program. And I indicated that we are going to commit to the nation. Yesterday's budget speech at the National Assembly was giving a macro picture in terms of how the situation is. We indicated we're going to break that down into province by province when we present to the NCOP, because that is a house that specifically focuses on provincial matters. In that case, Kokeli will come out very clear in terms of saying, out of the 5 issues picked up from the turnaround strategy, out of the 5 issues that I stressed yesterday, we will then say, in as far as service delivery is concerned, let's zoom into this province. Let's pick up as to what are the challenges. They will come out very detailed. And I indicated, Kokeli, that it will not only be just a statement as it is. We have a booklet that we are going to put, providing details municipality to municipality in terms of how far we have gone about turnaround strategy. But that's
what are those 5 key areas that you want to focus on?
In service delivery, is good governance, is financial management, is infrastructure development, fighting corruption. These are the key 5 issues. And we dissect that so that you have a zoomed position to then say, when it comes to these issues, let's focus. Let's use it as a mirror and focus on one province. Don't move around, take this generally, zoom, and then say, look at what we are doing in as far as service delivery is concerned. Come out specific. And when we present to the NCOP, will come out very clear, municipality to municipality. Because when you talk of success rate, I indicated yesterday to say that it is work in progress. And I qualified that statement to say we have done some work, but more still remains to be done. It's a statement that can be hollow until you unpack it. And given the amount of time you have, it's not possible to deal with everything. That's why the booklet will serve the purpose.
Minister, in recent weeks, you've been crisscrossing the country, putting out fires in areas where there is violent service delivery.
These fires keep on coming.
Yeah, how are you addressing that crisis? Do you have a strategy in place to deal with these protests?
Yes, we do have a strategy. The strategy is that proactively let us look at those issues that the people are raising. That's why we then say at the center of what get people to raise these issues, what get people to take to the street are these 5 issues. Because if we can get these 5 issues right, we will of course have gone a long way to put a dent in dealing with these issues. But of course you will find that there will be other issues because, it is not all that glitters is gold. And the issue is that not even a quarter of the story has been told exactly as to what is at the center of this protest.
Those other issues, Minister, in your own view,
yes.
Are these genuine service delivery protests, or is there something else behind
Something else, definitely. Something else, definitely. You know, even in areas where these are genuine, you will find that the question of how the community communicate with the municipalities is an issue. Some municipalities, Mkokeli, will be surprised to hear that people are taking to the streets even before they've been engaged. But in other areas, you will find a situation where the community will say, we have been coming here, we have been knocking at the doors, and they're not actually coming to the party. So we need to address these issues. We are convening a national dialogue very soon on this very issue, so that we don't want to only listen to our own voices and understand our own interpretation of the situation. We want the nation to come to dialogue, so that if what we diagnose as being at the center of causing these issues is not enough, then people must assist us to tell us as to exactly what are these things.
Yeah, in yesterday's debate, opposition members from opposition benches were of the view that the situation at local government will continue to deteriorate unless government root out corruption, bring an end to political appointments and cadre deployment and nepotism. Do you share that sentiment?
Well, those are in the basket of things that we need to deal with. That's why I mentioned the fight against corruption. The order of me mentioning these 5 issues has got nothing to do with significance, as if then to suggest that because I mentioned corruption last, it means that's the last thing. We are then saying, that's why we are then saying we are focusing on these things. When we passed the Amendment Act to the municipal systems, when we came with the amendment, the intention is solely to address this. So the calls that we need to address these issues, they talk of a cadre deployment and others, they are actually talking about what made us to identify and to implement in the turnaround strategy the amendment to the Systems Act.
There is, though, a problem, Minister. Drafting of regulations to implement the Municipal Systems Amendment Act, that process is being delayed. And how soon are we likely to have those regulations in place?
We are targeting to have those in place by July. For me, it's not more a problem in dealing with the regulations. It's a reality in a democracy. It's more a challenge. You know, democracy quickly does not come out cheap. Mm-hmm. You need to engage structures. You need to engage the people who are involved. Stakeholders raise genuine issues. SALGA raise genuine issues. There is no way you can rush these things. You have to, but of course. That's why I even used the word regret yesterday, that we did not meet the target. But come July, we want to see the regulations published.
Those violent protests are continuing. And what is your message to people who engaged in violent service delivery protests?
Stop these violent acts. Remove violence from the demonstrations. It's a democratic cause right they have, but honestly speaking, when it comes to this thing of violence, is totally unacceptable. And in that case, that's why in all the areas we'll go and put down the fires, we'll say when it comes to violent actions, we are then saying, we're not even listening there, we just say the law must take its course. But when it comes to the issues of the genuine issues that they raise, we are saying we need to address those challenges. And we're doing that.
Minister, we've got to wrap up. Our time is running out. Government's focus this year is pretty much on infrastructure development. Yes. What is happening at local government level?
At local government level, we came out, we ring-fenced. We looked at this as a special area. We came out, we have piloted an agent, which we call Municipal Infrastructure Support Agent, to roll out the program of support in as far as developing infrastructure, as far as addressing the infrastructure. Some of this is infrastructure that's aging, but also looking at boosting the capacity of those who utilize this infrastructure. So it's a targeted area, a focus area, a special purpose vehicle, MISA, which will then be reporting directly to the minister to fast-track this whole issue of attending to municipal infrastructure.
You'll be outlining your plans at a function tomorrow. What should we expect there?
At the function tomorrow, it's more about SIP7, which is part of the PICC's program. SIP7 deals with urban transport development and infrastructure. We'll be focusing on 12 cities. Of course, we'll be unpacking that to indicate as to this 47 billion that we have to roll over the next 3 years. How are we actually going to deal with these issues? It's more focused on city infrastructure in as far as the city is concerned, and largely in the area of transport and the other related infrastructure.
Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Richard Baloyi, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Nkogeli.
After the break, we listen to some of the announcements made by the Minister of Police when he presented his budget vote to Parliament. Stay with us.